Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And Dominic Carter filling in for James Golden on this January 1, 2026. And we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines right now, 800-848-9222. Short time ago, Mamdani sworn in as the first socialist mayor ever of New York City. And, it's the whole thing is just interesting. I'm looking at my Twitter at Dominic TV, Dominic filling in for James, 800-848-9222. Laura just sent me a message and it says here, Mamdani is no worse than de Blasio, and New Yorkers put him in office even though he was a lazy socialist. Democrat cities never learn a lesson until they are hurt badly by their choices. If they would give a GOP candidate a chance, they would have had a better choice than the candidates last time around. That's what Laura says. So Laura, I'm not so sure about that. And here's why. How de Blasio won, and I'm just going to be frank with you folks. He outblacked the black candidate. That's how de Blasio became mayor. He outblacked the black candidate in the race. The mayor of New York City should have been Bill Thompson, who was the city controller. But the problem for Bill Thompson, and I guess this does piggyback on Laura's point, is that Bill Thompson was a moderate, a man of color who was a moderate, strong law enforcement supporter. So what did de Blasio do? It was a crowded field of candidates, Christine Quinn, Anthony Weiner, Bill de Blasio, and Bill Thompson. So what did Bill de Blasio do? His son is biracial. His son, he has a son and a daughter, and his son, Dante, what he did was a genius move because it got him over the top. It got him elected. His son had a big afro, and he did a commercial with his son walking down the block, and he said, and this is despicable to law enforcement, he said, I've had to have the talk with my own son, just like basically like other minorities, meaning that you have to be careful around police, blah, 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 blah. I've never met a police officer that, starts out their day trying to hurt somebody or violate them. Every police officer I've encountered, they want to help people. That's why they do what they do. That's why they put their lives on the line every day. But nonetheless, no matter how you may feel or look at that, de Blasio was elected mayor. And when it should have been Bill Thompson. And so now we're in a situation, literally, where we have a 34-year-old socialist, for lack of a better term, that is straight up pimping. He thinks that we are just downright stupid. He's selling you hope. Remember Jesse Jackson in the 88 campaign? Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. No disrespect to his supporters, but those people that were out there a short time ago attending his inauguration, it's the blind leading the blind. Literally. They're new to the political process. Mamdani can't deliver on anything that he was talking about. And he's going to find out the hard way. And then his part two of his pimping game. He's going to blame Hochul. He's going to blame the establishment. It's going to be everybody else's fault why he can't deliver except for his. And then you got Bernie Sanders and AOC out there. Sometimes folks, I just have to be straight up with you. I know she won fair and square. Who would let this woman speak for anybody? She couldn't even speak for the Bartenders Association of America. AOC. And they're talking about her as a leading Democrat for president. And then you want Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett to represent Texas in the Senate. What is going on in the world? Let's rewind before we start with your telephone calls. We see all the calls, 800-848-9222. Let's go back to midnight. Midnight was wonderful. At least here on the network, the Red Apple Audio Networks, the owners, the billionaire owners, as they do every year, they could be anywhere in the world, and they come here to the station to take your live telephone calls. They were with me as well as the lovely Rita Cosby and her companion, Tomacek. We were all here taking your telephone calls, and it was great. But at that midnight hour, while we were being positive and all trying to answer your questions, at that same midnight hour, this is what happened on a Koran led by the State Attorney General of New York State.
Repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I, Zohran Mamdani, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and the Charter of the City of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of the Mayor of the City of New York, according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
So he's the mayor. The buck stops with him. He's the same guy, remember, that went to the White House, met with the president. I still don't understand that meeting. There has to be a bigger strategy at play. Maybe it was the midterms for why the president didn't eat him for breakfast. But Mamdani is no longer a candidate. He's no longer the mayor-elect. He is the mayor of America's largest city. And did you see the inauguration? It was an imam or someone that did the prayer, that it was a full political speech that seemed to go on and on and on and on. And you got to give the the former mayor, Eric Adams, some credit. He was there, sitting next to de Blasio. Eric Adams, it was some question of whether or not he would attend, but he did attend for Mamdani's inauguration. And then I'm standing there, and I'm looking at the wife. I can't get a reading on her. I really can't. Someone said to me, was that an arranged marriage? And I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I can't get a reading on this lady. I just can't. But hey, there is at least one positive. We see your calls. We're about to start with them. Here's the positive. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch. They pulled it off last night, the inauguration, the private swearing in, right? And the inauguration, and of course the ball drop. And prior to all of this last night, the police commissioner Jessica Tisch talked to CBS News.
So we've seen ISIS-inspired attacks at Bondi Beach in Australia, attacks on troops in Syria, and counter-strike. So we're in this really heightened threat environment. So what keeps you up at night?
We are in a heightened threat environment, and frankly, we've been in a heightened threat environment for the past 2 years. But the NYPD, through our intelligence teams, really keeps a pulse on what's going on across the world. We have about a dozen detectives stationed in other countries. So anytime anything happens, we get real-time information, and we update our security planning, for example, for events just like this one, based on what we're seeing and learning around the world and trends that we're seeing in counterterrorism.
And rolling into tomorrow as well with the inauguration.
Absolutely. We have 2 big days ahead of us. We have, obviously, this evening with about 1 million people coming to Times Square, and then a big inauguration tomorrow of our new mayor.
And so the NYPD did pull it off. But what happens? I don't see her lasting long, because what happens when he's going to make her do something crazy and she's going to say no? And it's inevitable. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. Let's go to some of your telephone calls. Let's go to Linda in New Jersey. Linda, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
I would like to say, thank you. I would like to say that Mamdani, swore in on the Quran, and 0.001% of American people know what's in that book. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. I mean, for all I know, it could be saying goodbye to Jews and Christians in that book. I don't know what's in that book. Why is it that we all have to accept that he's swearing in on the Quran when nobody in America knows what that is, what's in that book?
Well, you know what? I am so glad that you said what you just said. I mean, I know it's a holy book for Muslims. I don't know what's in it either. And,
yeah,
and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I don't care what's in it. The last time I checked, this is America. America. And he should have had enough respect for all of us. Mamdani to say, I'm going to do, but no, he doesn't care about what we think. He really doesn't. And so I'm with you, Linda. Thank you so much for the call. Let's go to D, line 2, also in New Jersey. D, what's on your mind?
Hi, don't you dare retire.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
When you said that.
I'm just saying
I love you. I never called the radio station before ever, but when I got on with you the first time, my God, that's the truth. You want the truth, to get the truth, you call Dominic. That's it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to talk to you how pissed off I am, because I have respect for everybody. But I don't have respect the fact that I was a little kid going to school, and we had wonderful teachers. They read the Bible to us. Every morning, we have a Bible session, and it was wonderful hearing about God and that. But then they said, no, we have to have the state separate from God now, right? The new laws and that. How is it? What has he got? What BALLS does he got that he can get away with swearing in a mayorship over the Quran? Okay? That thing is not any. We are Americans here.
You're preaching to the choir. Everybody? Hey, D, I got to take a break. I would love to continue, but I'm up against a hard out. I agree with you wholeheartedly. You know, the only time it's kumbaya is when they're getting welfare or taking all of our resource dollars. Other than that, you know, they want to swear in on the Quran, get rent stabilized apartments. It goes on and on. We are coming right back.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. James Golden Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And Dominic Carter filling in for the remainder of the week for James. James is expected back on Monday. And we're continuing with your telephone calls. But before we do so, please remember, folks, you want to be here at the top of the hour, Katz and Cosby, with our owner-operator, John Katsimatidis, and the lovely Rita Cosby, the show of record where all the newsmakers go to. Let's go to line 3, Dan in Connecticut. Dan, Happy New Year. What's on your mind?
Happy New Year, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call. You've mentioned a couple of times now about Mamdani, his wife at the inauguration, and I went and watched a video, and you're right, something's off, something's strange, and it got me thinking. I don't know if you heard this, but a guy called in 2 days ago to Greg Kelly's station, and he says, I believe Mamdani's gay. He's on the down low. He's in the closet.
I have no reason. I have no way to prove that, to not prove that. But go ahead.
I don't either. But, you know, if it's true, and I don't care if he is or isn't, it doesn't matter, but he's Muslim. And if it's true, he's highly compromised.
Well, that part would be true, but I have nothing to believe that the mayor is gay. I mean, I can't.
It just made me think of, you know, what a guy called the other day, and it is something strange. Something's not right.
Well, I think she's going through what a lot of first ladies go through, unless you're a political animal as first lady. The moment their lives change forever. And it's like, what have I gotten into? I saw that with Joyce Dinkins, David Dinkins' wife. No one was more reserved or quiet than Joyce Dinkins. And she did not like the camera. She didn't like any of this stuff. And so they had to come up with stuff for her to do. And so she would go read to the kids in classrooms. She just didn't like it. So I don't know as it relates. Thank you for the call, Dan. I don't know about the new mayor. I don't know. Let's go to John in Florida, line 4. John, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
I just have a little bit different take, as I told the call screener, on this Mamdani, Curtis Sliwa, and what's his name, the election with the three guys. And I'm one of these guys that believes wholeheartedly in everything happens for a reason. And listen, I don't begrudge Mamdani. If we were all surprised like crazy that he did something great for the city, wow, wonderful. However, if you want my honest opinion, he's a freaking bum and he's a total fraud. And even if Curtis didn't screw it up, as I'm sure you believe, but I'm not so sure that he really did, because we would have wound up with Cuomo, and Cuomo's another fraud. And we would have, with him, we would have been exposed to his bull for 4 years. At least with this guy, he's such a freaking loser, is such a fraud that he's not going to last, man. And I think everybody knows.
He's going to last. He's going to last.
Oh, he's not going to last. He's not going to last 4 years.
Oh, yes, he is. And what makes you think he's not going to? He has 200 lawyers.
The city is screwed up as it is. So wait. So
wait, John. So you're telling me somebody's going to resign from being mayor? There's no criminal investigation. Why is he not going to last?
Have to take him out somehow or another. I don't know how, but he's not going to last there. And I think we're going to be glad that he got it. He's the worst of all. He's going to wake people up. He's going to
hopefully you're right about that, John. Hopefully he'll wake people up. Mayor Mamdani. Dominic Carter in for James Golden. We're coming right back.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The James Golden Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And Dominic Carter filling in for James for the remainder of the week. 800-848-9222. Back to your telephone calls in just a few minutes. Coming up at the top of the hour, Katz and Cosby. Must listen to radio. It's where all the newsmakers go, with our station owner operator, John Katzimatidis, and Rita Cosby. So Mamdani, prior to his public ceremony just a short time ago, was the topic on CNN. Republican Scott Jennings, appearing on the panel where it's often 4 or 5 against him, made some good points about this new mayor.
Mamdani is not the boogeyman that Trump thought he was going to be. And I don't know that he's going to be sort of something that Republicans can use to attack Democrats.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he hasn't started yet. He's going to take office, and he's probably going to run into trouble with the governor on some issues. He's going to run into trouble with the state assembly. He might run into trouble with his own city council. He might find that governing is a lot harder than campaigning. A lot of first-timers do. And so, we'll see whether he can competently administer the city. We don't know yet. He's going to get to take office, and he gets the same chance everybody else does that wins an election. So is he a boogeyman? I don't know. It might be that he's the most disastrous mayor the city's ever elected, and then it'll be proof that Democrats elect incompetent socialists, and he will be a boogeyman. If he does well and he brings people together, then he won't be. So I guess it's a little premature to know, because we haven't seen the results yet.
Well, I think we have some pretty good indications of where this is all going. And I really didn't know that the electorate was this naive. I mean, I call it the Kim Kardashian effect, the dumbing down of America. And exhibit number one, with no disrespect to anyone, is voting for Mamdani. He can't deliver on anything. Oh, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this all plays out. President Trump, Minnesota. His party last night, Mar-a-Lago, the president, all handsome looking with his tuxedo on, the beautiful First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump, at their party. He talked about what's going on. I haven't forgotten Minnesota, and he says $9 billion. Oh no, the fraud, the corruption is much worse than that.
Take back our country. Can you imagine? They stole $18 billion. That's just what we're learning about. That's peanuts. In California is worse. Illinois is worse. And sadly, New York is worse. A lot of other places. So we're going to get to the bottom of all of it. It was a giant scam. Other than that, we're going to have a great new year. So I view that as a reason for a good year, because we're going to get to the bottom, but we're going to get that money back. It's all coming back. So I want to just do something very special.
The President of the United States. Let's go to Hector, line 4, White Plains, here on the James Golden Show. Dominic Carter filling in. What's on your mind, Hector?
Hey, Dominic, good Happy New Year to you.
Same to you and your family.
Question for you. Let me ask you, if Sliwa would have dropped out of the race,
I'm
you think
sick of talking about this. It says here you wanted to talk about Mamdani, and then you quickly pivot into Sliwa.
I'm getting to that.
Okay, but you're asking me about Curtis Sliwa. I'm sick of talking about Curtis Sliwa.
Well, the thing is, you've always made it sound like if Sliwa would have dropped out.
Okay, Hector, haven't I been crystal clear on what I said? You just said I make it sound like. I didn't make anything sound like. I told you exactly what would have happened. We'd be talking about Mayor Cuomo right now. A flawed Mayor Cuomo. I didn't stutter. I didn't hesitate. What do you mean I make it sound like?
I believe that Cuomo would not.
Okay, it said you want to talk about Mamdani. I'm bored. Hey, Hector, I'm bored talking about Mr. Sliwa. Do you want to talk about anything else?
Yeah.
No matter how many times I'm asking you to move on, you keep going deeper and deeper.
One last point.
No last point. No, cut him off. I'm done. No more Sliwa questions. I'm done.
Dominic is done with you.
Absolutely. Let's go to Greg, line 1, New Jersey. Greg, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I promise I won't ask you about Sliwa. But I think this kid is, people are so stupid. You're absolutely right. I just want to echo what you just said a couple of minutes ago. You have to be so stupid. You can go on to Indeed and look for any job, any stupid little changing oil and filter job at a gas station. You need experience. This guy has no experience, none whatsoever.
Nada.
He had some sort of a Mickey Mouse no-show job in the assembly. But how is he supposed to know what to do when something happens and you really need to know what to do? He's not going to know any of that.
You know what you do? They say in the songs, Greg, the rap songs and whatever, fake it till you make it. That's Mamdani. That's what's going to happen. He's going to lean on the first deputy mayor, the police commissioner, and others. Fake it till you make it. That's our mayor.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm afraid that he's got people behind him pushing him in a bad direction. I hope that's not the case.
Right. Well, we're all hoping against hope. Greg, thank you for the wonderful call. Happy New Year to you. Here on the James Golden Show, Dominic Carter filling in. Let's go to Al, an Uber driver in Brooklyn, line 3. Al, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, Happy New Year. I just want to say one thing about Mamdani and Omar. They both got the same kind of language. They speak on some kind of pre-written, and they don't sound like normal people, and that's why they get to all these other people, because they got some kind of language that they use. They're like they're reading from a script. And as far as Mamdani being like on the down low, if you go to Rockaway Beach 1 and they get a makeover, you know he's on the download. That's what I got to say.
Right. Well, but Al, see, this is why I don't like engaging in calls like this. First of all, we're taking a call from another show, and those of you that listen to when I'm on, you know that I hate when you call me with a so-called fact from another show. It's open to interpretation. I don't know whether it's accurate or not, and then I'm forced to respond to it. And so now then it starts taking on a life of its own. So, the mayor is married. Let's leave it at that. But Al, thank you so much for the call. Let's go to Joe, line 4 in Virginia. What's on your mind, Joe?
Hey, Dominic, love you, man. Great show. So,
thank you.
I'm watching, I'm from New Jersey for a long time. I moved to Virginia. I'm watching from the outside. My thing with Curtis, I know you're sick of Curtis, but it doesn't seem like anybody got behind him 100% from the beginning. Pushed out Cuomo, pushed out the other mayor there, and pushed him on the Republican side all the way. I mean, I hear you that he could have dropped out, should have dropped out, and I agree with the ego thing. But, why didn't everybody jump on him from the beginning on the Republican side? I think that was our best shot.
See, for me to answer that question,
dumped him.
Joe, for me to answer that question, it would sound like I'm taking a shot at him. So that's why, I mean, Joe, he could have never been taken seriously. He has zero qualifications. What are the qualifications? What are the qualifications?
The Republicans put him out there.
No, they didn't. The Republicans didn't put him out there. The Republicans didn't put him out there. They didn't have anybody to run. He wanted the forum. He went and begged for the forum and got the forum. That's what happened.
Well, I agree with you that he could have, should have dropped out. But on the other hand, I wish everybody would have got behind him from right from the beginning.
But Joe, I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna let you answer it. You said that they should have gotten behind him. Based on what?
Based on the what he represented compared to
which is what?
Cuomo has been
No. You mentioned the third candidate. Leave Cuomo out of this right now. What does he represent? You could say the guardian angels. I turn around and say they've been under investigation several times, and that they can't legally raise money.
He represented law and order. He represented.
How do we know? How do we know? We know what he said for years. We don't know what he really represented. I'm being honest with you. And this is why I don't want to talk about it. Because see, I'm a straight shooter. And for me to talk about it, I'm going to tell you the truth. And this is why I felt that all of us at the station were put in an impossible situation. Because the truth is, if he were the one that was supposed to get behind somebody else as a candidate, he'd be the first one to break the deal and criticize that person on day one. Absolute hypocrite. He'd be the first one to break it. I stood by this man as long as I could, and after the race, he turned around and slapped me in my face and told everybody that he got me my job, and nothing was further from the truth. All he did was hamper me for 10 years, and then went on air and claimed credit for my success.
Well, so, I never know what's going down in the background.
You don't know. And those of you listen to the radio. There's a reason why a certain person says theater of the mind. There's a reason why a certain person says, boot camp. Oh, Dominic Carter was in my boot. I wasn't in no damn boot camp. This was all a creation of his mind.
Well, listen, that's your thing. But, I still think Republican voters, there's enough of them in the city. A strong get out to vote would have been a big help. A strong
there is nothing.
I think would have been a better shot.
Joe,
this is all hindsight.
Joe, there is nothing that would have got him close to getting elected. Nothing. But listen, I want to do this because I could see right now Debbie Lobato in Florida. I can see Liz. I can see a number of the wonderful listeners going, Dominic, stop, let it go. Don't fall for the trap. Let it go. So I have to do that, Joe. Thank you for the call. I'm going to let it go, but I'm now going to jump into the fire. I'm going to go to line 5, and I got to say to you, Elias, I see Lisa in Snerdley, New Jersey just text me. She's probably saying the same thing. Let it go. Okay, no, she's on something else. She's emailing me about the event that's coming up January 17th in Snerdley, New Jersey, where my wife and I will be there, and John's daughter talking about the issue of special education. Hoboken Mary will be there. I'm so looking forward to it. So line 5, Melvin in the Bronx. So Melvin, I want you to do me a favor. It's the first day of the year. Make me proud. Don't quote history. Don't do it.
It's about solutions. Good health and prosperity for 2026.
Okay.
And for all believers, happy Kwanzaa. But everybody's complaining about, I listen to,
okay, wait, Melvin, I want you to help me out. I have an idea of what Kwanzaa is, but what is Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa is those who believe it is a way of life. Each day is a principle, 24/7, 365. And you're busy being positive, you got no time being negative. But outside that, for those who want to believe it, just like boom, when the mayor swore in on the Quran, the controller got sworn on the Jewish Bible, just like A. Bean in the ministry when he was controlled. He got sworn in on the Jewish Holy Book, and so did A. Bean when he became mayor, and A. Cox when he became mayor. Both the guys, but nobody, raised issues that you already.
All right, so Melvin, you're doing good. You went down history a little bit, but you're doing good. So, are we in the Middle East, Melvin?
Yes, I'm listening.
Are we in the Middle East?
We're in the United States of North America. This is the 250th anniversary.
Okay. Not the history. So we're not in the Middle East. Are we in the Persian Gulf?
My ancestors were 4th and 13th, 14th, 15th.
Are we in the Persian Gulf? Melvin, we're in the United States of America, right?
That's right. And I got drafted 57 years ago.
All right. No, and I understand you got drafted and you served your country. Right. So the fact that you served your country, isn't that even more of an indicator of why this man slapped us all in the face with a Koran being sworn in as the mayor of New York?
No, you're not a resident of New York City, so you're not even a voter. And so forth. I'm a voter. I'm born and raised here. And my ancestors, we ain't moving. We're going to fight to correct what's incorrect. Because I'm a dude's paying card member at the NAACP.
Got it, Melvin. Melvin, I got to take a break. Melvin, I'm getting a headache. I got to take a break. Love you, Melvin. We're coming right back.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. James Golden Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And Dominic Carter wrapping up today the show for James Golden. I'm here with you for the remainder of the week. I told you, Katzen Cosby, the show of Wreck-It, our owner-operator, John Katzimatidis, the lovely Rita Cosby. Guess who their lead guest is? Their big guest coming up in just minutes. The former mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, will be joining the show. That's coming up momentarily. So, boy, am I in trouble now here. The lovely DMS just tweeted to me that the moment that anybody brings up a certain candidate for mayor, she says this is being done intentionally, and to drop them like they're hot the moment they start, introduce them to Mr. Click. Now Liz in Florida is on my back. So you got this lady patrol, right? They're my guardian angels. It's a bunch of them, right? Sherry, Sandra, it's a bunch of them. Right? Even Norm's in that lady club. You know, they won't let me jump out the window. And they're all telling me that that's yesterday's story. Leave that nonsense alone. They're trying to set me up. So now I'm in trouble with Liz in Florida. And oh, Elias, I just don't know. But another person that's pretty cool is Sherry, retired NYPD officer. And she forwarded something to me the other day. And it piggybacks on what Melvin just said in terms of Melvin made the point that Mamdani, there's nothing wrong with him being sworn in on the Quran. I was insulted, and he's insulting all of us. So Sherry sent this to me, and it's a little kid in England, and it's a parody type thing, but it's kind of realistic. And it's about a number of hot button issues, and I want you to listen to this.
Bill, what's wrong?
I wanted bacon for my breakfast, but every butcher is halal now and they don't sell proper English bacon anymore. Where has it all gone?
Bill, what happened?
I said, can we do boys versus girls? And the teacher said, we don't say boys and girls anymore because it's not inclusive. I'm so confused.
What happened?
I brought ham sandwiches in my lunchbox and teacher took them away because they offend kids who don't eat pork. I was really hungry.
What happened in assembly?
They took the Christmas tree down and said we can't have one because it's not fair on kids who don't celebrate Christmas.
What happened in PE?
Won't let us play football anymore because it's too competitive and some kids don't like losing.
So that sums it up. It's about right where we stand today. The dumbing down of the electorate. Mamdani, Mayor Mamdani. Oh boy. Let's go to Roberta, Staten Island, line 1. What's on your mind, young lady, on this first of the year?
Happy New Year, Dominic.
Thank you. Go right ahead, please.
I just heard Rudy Giuliani has been vindicated because he was, he got sued because of, he said that the 2020 election was phony and Georgia. Anyway, how do we know that this election is not phony? As far as I know, all these voting precincts are run by Democrats, and I'm suspicious, especially when they say 29% of Jews voted for him, because I don't know how do they figure that out? Do they go around finding where the Jewish neighborhoods are? And I don't think that, it just sounds very phony to me.
I have to be honest with you, Roberta. I'm not one of these conspiracy guys when it comes to the elections. I can only tell you that Rudy Giuliani is a great man. He didn't deserve what happened to him. And if it works out where it's decent for him, it's good for him, I'm all for that. He was a wonderful mayor of this city. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy guy with the elections. I'm just not. And I just feel that once we start this slippery slope, it just never, ever, ever ends. Thank you, Roberta. George, quickly, line 2. You got 20 seconds. Go ahead. George, that's not a good sign. Okay, George is not there. We gave you a shot, George. Dominic Carter in. Folks, we see you calling, but the show is coming to an end. Dominic Carter in for James Golden. You want to keep it right there? Keep it right there. Coming up, right after the news headlines, Katz and Cosby, in which the former mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, will be joining our owner-operator, John Katsimatidis, and the lovely Rita Cosby. I want you to make this 2026 a wonderful and prosperous year for yourself. I will be back live at midnight.
Thanks for listening to The James Golden Show. You can hear The James Golden Show Saturday mornings at 7. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder,
what the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and busts. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.